Hello! Today we're going to start out with a different kind of scale. We'll talk about that and then begin to apply some of those ideas back to our work from yesterday and begin the process of building out some theory for our heads to follow the work we're doing with our hands, hearts, and of course the guitar. But first, here's that 2-octave C major scale. Believe it or not, for me, there's a little bit, rebellious or even revolutionary for me. I'm breaking my own rule here. What's that? The rule is that I work exclusively on the first position, be it the open or the closed one up here at the 5th fret, before I do anything on the rest of the fretboard. And I really kind of want you to stick by that rule for the most part. But take a look again at the scale and see how we do it. Okay, all good. That's all in the first position, and it's in the open. But now we switch all the way up to our index on the 5th fret. That B and C on the end, they're way up here on the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th frets. Absolutely not something I want you to work on until later on. So why am I showing it to you? Well, here again, what we've got is 2 complete octaves. And in our process of coming to terms, very literally, coming to terms with the theory that is inside our exercise, we have to really know what an octave is. We have to be able to count it, we have to be able to alphabetize it, and we got to be able to go back and forth. Now, in the count, we're only going to do the easy count. We're not going to do a deep theoretical count. We're not going to flow from the positions or the degrees of the scale into the harmonies or the intervals in any intense way. But you got to know some of that. Will be coming probably sooner rather than later. Right now, though, let's just work on the count itself and then see how that applies to the exercise we were working on yesterday, and that will be fleshing out a bit more before we move on to the initial pieces that Carulli gives us in his first work in C major scale. So, the way we do our count is that you may know already that there are 7 notes in a diatonic scale, and then it repeats. Now, the way we often do the count is to put the 8th note on top, like so. 1, C. Well, let's do the letters first. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. All right, so that's a complete octave with 8 notes, where the 8th note is a repetition of the first note, but an octave up, or at twice the vibrations. So this is exactly twice this when it comes to the actual speeds involved of the vibrations of the strings. Now let's count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Now, why did I break my rule, come up here and go all the way up to the 8th fret? Because I need you to see 2 full scales, and we need to count that just a little bit differently. You'll see right now. So beginning here on our C, we're going to call that 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we start over at 1 again. If this reminds you of Do, Re, Mi, and then we hit Do again, you're absolutely spot on. That's called solfege, and it's very powerful in helping you understand your scales. Right now, though, we're going to stick to the count. So this is going to be 1 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we can call this one 8 because we're going to go back down again. Now here, let's pause for a moment. One of the problems my mind confronts me with when I'm dealing with music theory, same with math, same with spelling, same with anything having to do with an alphabetical structure or a sequence set of steps, is that it's so easy for me to go forward. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I struggle to go backward. G, F, E, D, C, B, A. I think that's right, but I don't have the same confidence. There's a type of, I even feel a little tense. I get a little nervous when I'm going backwards. The same even happens with numbers for me, believe it or not, and you'll see in just a moment. Now, I'll probably do fairly well since I'm like really prepping my mind for this right now. But I want you to understand that even if it's something simple like numbers, you struggle going backward where it's easy to go forward, that's one of the thought paths, one of the mental or even psychological aspects of music theory and music performance mastery that has to be overcome. We have to build our mind's ability to go forwards and then backwards smoothly and evenly. So let's give that a shot right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Haha, I got it. I'm very pleased. I often make mistakes, and then I, of course, have to slow down and repeat as we've established, and we'll say many, many times again. Now, why does that matter? Well, when it comes to the scale, we have to understand that there is a count. There are sets of degrees that in all of our scales work are going to matter. Now, in our conversation tomorrow, still working on the same topic, we will be moving over into modes. And so once again, do check out the simple mode wiki article link and take a look at that. We're not going to define the modes today, but we will tomorrow. Right now, though, we're going to look at modes purely from their count perspective. So here's that. I'll repeat the exercise. I'll break it down by the count, and then we'll get ready to do further work on this tomorrow, picking up where we left off now, alphabetizing and then working on the actual modes. Here's the exercise. Up on the arpeggiation there at the last. You might not even know what that is, but an arpeggio is this. So when we take the notes of a chord, put them in order, give them a little bit of a feeling of melody, where we're combining harmony and melody, the exercise finishes up with this beautiful arpeggiation. Let me see if I can't get that part right. Okay, last thing we'll do right now is just work on the count. So here we have our C major chord, G7 chord again, repeat of the C major chord, yes? Now we go into a set of octaves that we're going to count in the following manner. C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, right? This is an E down here. And that's where Carulli starts us out on the third level of the C major scale with an open E note on the sixth string below. So, all right, so how do we count that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Now we come down to this G, which is the fifth degree of the C major scale. So 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you notice how we started here on a 3, we ended on a 3 up here? So that's an octave from 3 to 3. Here we started on the G, which is the 5th degree, and we ended on this G. We're going to keep doing that, which is why I wanted you to be able to count and gave you that rebellious 2-octave scale at the beginning. So 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, the tonic note. The name of the C scale comes from the C note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. 3 again. So we're doing the exact same octave that we did here, but we're doing it an octave higher. Here, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. So we do it here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Then back to the 5th degree scale. G. 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we go back down again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5. G. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 6, 5. Now that arpeggiation that's so beautiful. 1, 5, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5. So that was an arpeggiated C major chord. Now we're going to do just a little bit of the G7. We're going to do that going down. So we get G, then we drop down to the E, F, D, B, G, C, right? So 5, 3, 4, 2, 7, 5, 1. Then the chords. And now we're done with the exercise. Now, no, it didn't flow beautifully. It was very difficult for my mind to generate the conversion from the alphabetical names of the notes to the numerical names of the degrees of the scale. My mind doesn't spit them out rapidly. Now, check with me in a year or two. I'm going to be a whole lot better, especially for having done all of these exercises with you. But what I want you to take from today's work, and you may not even want to do any of this work yourself yet, but I want you to understand that there is an alphabetical structure. There is a count structure. That's the basis of all music theory. It comes from alphabetizing and counting. Once we actually get comfortable with that, which is not easy, but once we do, we're going to be good theoreticians, but hopefully even better performers. Thanks for watching.